Hi guys, oh my god, it's been a while. I filmed a sit down video. I hope I still have it in me. Well, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is e.t.c. If you are new here, kindly subscribe, and if you are an existing subscriber, you already know what time it is. Thank you for coming back to this channel to watch what I'm giving out. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a life update as per the title. Oh my god, you guys, first, before we go into the video, I am so gassed. I am so thankful. I'm so appreciative. We're currently at 311 subscribers. It means a lot to me. Even with my inconsistency, you guys still subscribed. Thank you so much for getting me to 300 subscribers. Now the goal is to get to 400. I mean, why not? Do subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And with that being said, let's just get into today's video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a little makeup section because I just don't want to sit down and start talking to you guys. I just want to get my hands busy. This video is not a makeup tutorial, so whatever you see. It's mostly about life updates, so we're just going to get into life updates, but I can learn one or two from my makeup, guys. It's been a minute. Adulthood, oh my god, adulthood has been really hard, you guys. I already did my skin work. All I'm just doing is priming my face with aloe vera primer. Yeah, like I was saying, adulthood is really hard, you guys. I know I was hoping to grow up when I was a kid, but I wish I can take that back. I couldn't undo it, you guys, but I'm in a better headspace right now. As you guys can see, my skin is glowing, I'm growing. So yeah, that's what adulthood is all about. So where do I start from? Well, let's go back in time because that's where it all started. Let's go back in time to my final year. You guys, my final year was not easy. Obviously, my final year was when I had the opportunity of writing what is called a thesis. I never knew anything. I never knew jack about writing a thesis. I don't know why this thing does not seem like I'm applying spray to it. Considering the fact that I had not written any thesis before and I didn't know anything about writing a thesis, it was difficult. Difficult in the sense that, I mean, obviously everybody had a supervisor and I had a supervisor of mine too, but that supervisor was from L. I'm not even going to try to cover up for anything because I don't care at this point. That man showed me Pepe. That man didn't supervise anything. I was already scared about writing the whole thesis thing. I was already worried because I'm like, I need this to be perfect. If I don't do my thesis very well, obviously, I'm not going to graduate. So I was already worried. And instead of the man to even supervise me and tell me like, this is where you go wrong or this is where things are wrong, he doesn't even tell me anything. By the time I message him, he doesn't even reply my text. And when he wants to reply me, he talks to the Chinese students that he's also supervising, and then the Chinese students replies me, and I'm like, wow, shit, Tamala. And then, you know, I requested to see him, and that was the beginning of writing my thesis. That was like the first month, I think, or the second month, I'm not sure. So I requested to see him. I actually recently stopped using pencil for my brows because I realized that I have long brows, and most of the time I don't even need pencils for it. But yeah, so I requested to see him, and then when I saw him, I was like, Laushi, you're not supervising me, because it was one that gave me my topic. I was telling him that I need you to like tell me where I'm going, where I'm doing wrong, or anything, just, you know, at least tell me whatever, like if I'm wrong, if I'm doing something. It was like, okay, he's going to try. And then guess what, he didn't. My pre-defense came, I did the defense thing, and because when we did the pre-defense, it was other teachers that were going to like ask you questions and everything, and then the teachers were like, oh, don't worry, your supervisor is going to tell you where you need to improve and stuff like that. And then after like 3 days or so, this man didn't tell me anything. And then I was messaging him. I'm like, Laushi, they told me that you were going to tell me stuff about my pre-defense, like where I made mistake and everything, or where I need to improve on. And I was like, is this how this thing is going to be? So that one even bothered me, because at that moment when I was writing it, I didn't even know what I was doing. And my mates and I, we didn't have the same topic. Some people actually even faced the same problem, but I think mine was worse because like mine was not even communicating with me at all. So I was very stressed, to be very honest. That thing really stressed me. And one bad thing about me is that once I have something stressing me out, I just tend to just shut down. Do you get? Like that thing, it will really bother me so much that I will not have time for any other thing. I think I have to draw these brows and come back because I don't know what I'm drawing. This brows does not want to cooperate with me today. But it's okay. It's not a makeup tutorial, like I said. It's just a get ready with me to talk, basically, because I'm not going anywhere. Like I was saying, writing thesis is not something that is easy to do. I mean, you need a lot of time and you need supervision, right? You need to be supervised. Supervisor was just like not doing it for me. And you know what killed me with his whole thing was when it was now time for the defense. So since he didn't supervise me, I just wrote my thesis the way I could. Like, I really put my all into it because I'm like, let me just do what I can do. So I put my all into it, and yeah, I did the thesis the way I could do it, the way I could write it rather. And then the defense came. I defended well. When the grading system was out, my defense was good, to be very honest. But what killed me was that because they are giving you scores, your supervisor also gives you scores, right? And then what killed me was he gave me a low score. Well, not as low, but like he gave me a passing score. Like 60 is a passing score, and he gave me like maybe just a bit like above 60, but like I was not expecting to get that for somebody that didn't supervise me. If I'm being honest, the person that supervised me out of my thesis and everything was the Chinese guy he was always referring to, because when I had questions I would just go and ask the Chinese guy. I was so dead ass angry. I was so angry. I was so pissed. I was so irritated. And when we wanted to submit our paper, I went to his office. Not like I did it in a bad way or in a whatever way. I just told him like I didn't deserve this because I put my all into it. And then you know what he told me? He was like, I only gave you grades according to his standard or something like that. And I was like, what do you mean standard? Like, Laoshi, you didn't supervise me. And then he was like, there's nothing you can do about it. He said there was the reason why he was not doing that was because he was busy. In my head, I'm like, if you were busy, I don't know how that thing works. But like, you could have just chosen that you don't want to supervise an international student. Do you get? Yeah, so I did all of that. But at least it didn't stop me from graduating, Sha. I graduated, I was happy. I mean, what more would I want? I do not like to use this foundation during summer because like the weather is very, very hot. And these days I've actually not been using foundation for my routine. But for the sake of this video, I'm just doing the foundation, and my clothes keeps on dropping. This foundation is definitely a winter foundation for me because the one time I tried using it during summer, by the time I came back it was bad. I have another foundation that I use in place of this one, but I like this one because it gives my face full coverage, as you can see, full coverage per. And this foundation is Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Me Color 310 Sunday. I got this foundation in the market when I was in Guangzhou. Yeah, I graduated, I was happy. My village people tried, but I am badder, period. So yeah, I graduated, I was so excited, and that was when life just hit me like beam. That was when reality set in. My visa was going to expire soon. I needed to find what to do next, and then when I want to answer the question what next, it started giving me anxiety. Like the whole thing of what next was just like giving me anxiety issues. I became sort of mentally depressed, and I couldn't find myself doing things that I used to love doing, like creating content. To be very honest, I really love creating content. I mean, aside me being lazy, whatever that was happening to me at that time didn't give me the motivation to do anything. And to be honest, I even had videos at that moment. I had some videos that I needed to edit and I could give you guys, but I was just so lazy to edit. At that moment, if I just start editing, I'm going to hate the videos and then I'll delete them. So I didn't want that to happen, because by the time I delete them now, by the time I'm okay and I want to go back to them, I'll be like, I deleted it. So I was just not motivated. And aside whatever that was happening to YouTube, at some point I felt like I was not seen. I felt like nobody cares. I felt like even if I put out the content anyway, I know people can relate to whatever I'm talking about. Sometimes on YouTube you just post and then you just see like 13 views after like 5 hours and you're like, why are people not watching it? Do people not like it? And then I just felt like I was not being seen on YouTube, and I was like, what's the point? Nobody's going to care anyway. And I was wrong, because it was when I was not even being consistent that we made it to 300 subscribers. So I was wrong about that. But at that moment, what was happening at that moment, what's the word? I wanted it fast. Yeah, And during this period, I just needed time to clear out my head. I even traveled actually. I got to find a job ish, and that one too. Well, that one is for another day. I did things that I had stopped doing for some time, and then I also talked to my friends, and then I really appreciate them being there for me, because at some point I felt like I was becoming scared of the future. And I was applying to schools at this time when things were happening actually, because I was here, my visa was expiring like I said, and you can't be in China without having a visa. I mean, you know that, right? Yeah, you can't be in China. You have to either get a work visa, a student visa, and getting a work visa is expensive. If you don't know how to, you can get fucked up at the end of the day. And I was applying to schools were rejecting for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like my grades were not good, but I mean, it's China, we know what we're talking about. And I got accepted to some schools too, and some of the schools, they were not giving me what I wanted. I wanted a full scholarship. They were not giving me. They were giving me some scholarship that I was just not settling for. I finally got one. So yeah, I was excited that I got one. And then at that time, my visa was supposed to expire July 31st. But then the school I was at, they were like, okay, since most of us are applying to schools, they're going to give us 1 month extension. So yeah, I had 1 month extension. I was like, okay, at least I have an extension. I have something like to hope for. I applied to a school. They gave me admission, right? And then they needed to send me JW202. Guys, hey, JW202 did not come out though. I think I got accepted around May, and then they didn't send JW202. June came, they didn't send it. July came, they didn't send it. August, and my visa was supposed to expire, like, I think the new one I got was supposed to expire September 4, and that's like 2 days from now. And then they still didn't send it. Then I think early August, they called me because I had sent them emails. Sent them an email. I was like, I don't understand. I've been accepted since May, and they are not even sending a JW202. JW202 is like your admission notice. And then they now called me. Then they were like, oh, can you confirm your address? And when they called me, I was still waiting after like a week again that, okay, this is a good news that they called me. Where's the admission notice? Omo, it still doesn't come. It's like I will go back to Nigeria. But it's not like I don't want to go back to Nigeria, because obviously I miss my parents. I miss a lot of things in Nigeria. But like going to Nigeria was not like the plan for me at that moment. Because if I was going to Nigeria, I have to like replan. Because I cannot just go to Nigeria and just sit down in Nigeria. Like, no, I have to do something. So going to Nigeria was just not in it for me at that moment. So anyway, JW202 came in August 26th. That was when the JW202 came. When they hadn't sent my JW202 and my visa expiration date was moving forward, it was not even easy at that moment. Like, I was just like, bruh, no. And then when my JW202 came, the school they told us, they were like, oh, registration is September 5 initially, and then my visa was expiring September 4. Anyway, I talked to them. I was like, oh, my visa is expiring this day, and I don't know what happened. They shifted the registration to September 3rd, which is tomorrow. So yeah, at least I'm still here. And I applied to study for my master's. So I'll be studying my master's. Currently, like I said, you guys, I am in a better headspace. I am better than I was 2 months ago. I am glad. I came to this city yesterday, and in this city that I came to, I'm still trying to love it, because so far so good. I am still not yet impressed, but I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to think about the whole thing. And I've been busy moving. I don't even know if I'm still going to be consistent as ever, because I mean, not like I'm very, very consistent, but like, considering the consistency issue, we're going to work on it. I think I'm loving this makeup so far, right? I don't know if it's giving what it's giving. I mean, I don't know what am I saying? What I'm saying is looking nice, but I don't know if you guys can see it. I think I'll just finish up and then come and end the whole thing with you guys. So guys, I am done with the look, and as you can see, it's it's looking good actually. I love this skin work. For somebody that is not even going somewhere and I look this, scrumptious. Let me just end whatever I was saying. I'm in a good headspace right now. I am not in my previous city. I moved to my city yesterday, and yeah, I'm still trying to get used to the whole new change. And honestly guys, this period I'm actually even very busy, because moving in, especially moving from one city to another, is very stressful. It's been stressful, and I'm actually filming a moving vlog, but the moving vlog, you guys will see it like whenever. But currently I am in a new city. I came here to study for my master's. I am currently pursuing my master's degree. So that is it with the life updates, guys, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned one or two things from my little makeup section. Also hope you enjoyed my life update thing, why I've been inconsistent and whatnot. So that's it, guys. Do like this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and get us to 400 subscribers. With that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.